All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're looking at a service designed to tackle one of the biggest, most frustrating challenges in the world of industrial control systems. How do you connect everything, everywhere, without all the usual headaches? So, let me ask you, have you ever been the one trying to link up control panels that are scattered across different buildings, maybe even different cities? If you have, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The security hoops you have to jump through, the nightmare of network configurations, it's a massive pain.
But what if you could actually connect what once seemed impossible? That's the core idea here. It's all about tearing down those technical walls and just making things work, simply and reliably.
Okay, so let's really dig into the problem. What is it about these distributed systems that makes connecting them so incredibly difficult in the first place?
And this is exactly where something called Adquio Bridge steps in. You see, connecting systems the old-fashioned way means wrestling with firewalls, opening up ports, maybe setting up complex VPNs. You practically need to be an IT genius. And worse, every single one of those connection points can be a security vulnerability. Adquio Bridge was built from the ground up to solve this exact problem.
So, what is this thing really? Well, think of Adquio Bridge as a secure, private tunnel that runs over the internet. It allows all your remote controllers to talk to your main system like they're all in the same room, plugged into the same network. And here's the magic part. It does it all automatically. You don't have to touch a single router or configure any ports. It just works.
This whole approach really boils down to 4 huge benefits that get right to the point. We're talking about making your life simpler, faster, more secure, and ready to scale. Let's break each one down real quick.
First up, simplicity. You know, what this really means is freedom. Freedom from having to be a networking expert just to do your job. You can stop spending hours fighting with IP addresses or troubleshooting VPNs because the system is designed to handle all that complexity for you.
Next, it's fast. And this is where that whole plug-and-play idea really comes to life. The service actually comes pre-configured specifically for your project. So you literally just connect the hardware and bam, it's online and talking. This takes deployment time from what could be days or even weeks down to just a few minutes. Of course, none of that speed or simplicity means a thing if it's not secure, right? And Adquio Bridge uses a fully encrypted connection, so all your data is protected. It was built for tough, professional environments where security and stability aren't just nice features, they're absolutely non-negotiable.
And finally, scalability. This is huge for anyone thinking about the future. It doesn't matter if you're starting with just 2 locations or planning to have 200 down the road. The whole system is built to grow right alongside you. Adding a new site is just as easy as setting up the first one, which is a massive advantage for future-proofing any project.
So, we know it's simple, fast, secure, and scalable, but what does that actually let you do? This is where it gets really practical. It gives you complete, centralized control all from one single place.
It really breaks down into these 3 key things. First, you can supervise everything. You get a real-time view of the status of every single device, all at a glance. Second, you get instant alerts. A system fails, a sensor gets tripped, whatever it is, you know about it immediately. And third, you have hands-on control. You can make adjustments and manage your systems from anywhere, at any time. It literally brings your entire operation onto a single screen. Now look, all of this sounds great in theory, but what does it look like in the real world? The best way to really get it is to hear from the people who are actually using this stuff out in the field.
Just take a look at this from an electrical installer. 30 locations connected without touching a single router. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. That one sentence says it all. It's proof that the simplicity we've been talking about isn't just a marketing line. It truly just works.
And here's another one, this time from a technical director. They talk about unifying management and call it a robust, professional solution. That's huge. It shows that this isn't just a simple tool for convenience, it's a serious piece of infrastructure that professionals rely on.
And this right here is a perfect example of the kind of scale we're talking about. A city manager controlling the public lighting for entire neighborhoods, all from one central system. That's a massive, spread-out project that's been made simple and totally manageable. I love how they put it, everything flows.
So as we start to pull all this together, the big idea is really about connecting without borders. It's about getting rid of all those technical and geographical barriers that have always made distributed systems so isolated and such a pain to manage.
Which really brings us to the final question I have for you. Are you ready to stop fighting with network settings and start connecting your systems without frontiers?
Just think for a second about what that could mean for your projects, for your own efficiency, and honestly, for your peace of mind.
If you're thinking yes, then the next step is pretty straightforward. It's all about having a conversation to see how this could work for your specific setup. It's about taking that first step toward a system where, like that manager said, everything just flows. And it really makes you wonder, right? In a world that's getting more connected every day, what other impossible connections are finally becoming possible?